Alright. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner. Classic, that's no classic. This episode number 2881 and double number 27. I think it's 75. Now, these two trades have one big thing in common. The people who worked on these books kind of, at least were started, these books were started by people who founded Image Comics. First up we have is Guardians of the Galaxy by Jim Valentino, Volume 1. Yes, Jim Valentino is one of the founders of Image Comics. This is the first volume for the Guardians of the Galaxy. You think, wait, is it the Dynamic Alien book? No. That was the second volume book. This is the original volume from the 1990s. That Jim Valentino did the first 29 issues before he left to form Image Comics. This trade here collects the first 7 issues of this book. The first annual, along with material from Fantastic Four annual 24, Thor annual number 16, and Silver Surfer annual number 4. The reason why the annuals are here because basically, well, the previous crossover is the Karvak saga. It involves Michael Karvak. That's what the annuals are there for. The backup support a little bit more of the characters of the main book itself, but this is your team. You have Starhawk, Elena, Yondu, Major Victory, Charlie, I think it's like Charlie 18, Mainframe, and Nikki. That's her name. Yes, yeah. The writers be Jim Valentino, Al Milgrom, Ron Martz, Tom Falco, and Lynn Kamitsky. I think the other guys do the annuals. With Jim Valentino on the artwork, Al Milgrom, Rob Lim, Ron Fritz, Art Alex Triple, and Alex Triple. In the opening issue, mostly of the Guardians just beating up some aliens in this book. Oh, and seeing us again, like, wait, this guy seems familiar. Like, oh yeah, this guy appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Remember that guy who basically turned the Ravagers against Yondu? It's Taserface! Yes, this hilariously bad villain. And of course, they find some. And we have a flashback to the debut of this group. Now, this group was created by Arnold Drake, the same guy who created the Doom Patrol and Beast Boy. Yep. He came with Marvel and created this group. Yeah, and of course, there's a recap of their adventures they had, which I do appreciate. The whole thing with Cap Shield. And yeah, then Lita uses Starhawk's power because at one point they were murders. And then they separated and had kids together. The kids were murdered by Starhawk's father. And then the issue ends with basically confronted by aliens, known as the Stark, which they're completely related to the Tony Stark. Yeah, here's the thing about the Guardians and Tony Stark. Yeah, Tony has never been informed of the fact there's an alien species called the Stark. Yeah, he's never been informed about it. So issue 2 is basically the Guardians versus the Stark. Yep. With a guest star appearance here by Firelord, who does pop up in their issue, and the Watcher. Of course the Watcher will be here. Despite the fact this set an alternate timeline, but yeah, this is a regular 6/6 Watcher. Yeah, who just watch everything, because that's what he does. Yep. Then we get fired upon, and there's stuff exploding here. And then issue 3 has something that continues the next few issues, where Starhawk is called a coward because he decides to flee. Yep. for reasons. And then we have Firelord flying through space, obviously. Mainframe frees people. And then Charlie 18 beats people up. Deal with the Stark, and eventually there are other people who kidnapped. And we have Major Victory saying, "Who's Sister Ugly over there?" She is Stark General. She was in that tent it was too hard to get into through the guards. Yep, and then we have their brand new spaceship. Yeah, this replaced the original one they had, which was called the Captain America. This is I think it's called Freedom's Lady. I believe the name of the ship is. Yep. And then, of course, Fire Lure pops up in issue number 4 as a, well, not like background character, but excuse me. Excuse me, yes. Of course, they defeat the Stark, and then, of course, they take on Fire Lord, and there's a female member of the species just half appear here. Yeah, and they go on the ship, and they name it the Captain America 2. And then we have issue 5, we debut the new group, The Force, which this guy here looks a lot like Cornstar. Yeah. So, of course, we introduce everybody, where they're from. Yep, and then, of course, we have Bronson, this beautiful woman, big muscular woman, and she thinks Charlie 17 is cute. And apparently Mayfair has met this guy here back in Thor 8 number 6. Yeah, and of course, basically, she slaps him because it's implied that she has a thing for Charlie, but doesn't go anywhere at all because he's embarrassed by her. And then, of course, Mayfair dying, and of course, there's some fighting on here. Yep. And this leads into a two-parter where the Force have to fight the Guardians over Captain America's shield. And then, of course, you have Elite to go back to the ship where she runs into Starhawk. It's like, by the regular, look at the size of this place. Let's see what cars. Yes, it was formed in the habits of planets built by starships, which they escaped this world. My wife. And she's like, don't ever call me that. Don't ever call me that again, Scar. That's Starhawk's real name. He's like, you're a wife, Leah. Not anymore. Why do you think I've avoided you this past month? Well, we have been separated. Yeah, basically, she blames him for killing her children. He's like, no. He's like, her father killed them. But it's like, she's like, but you didn't stop it. He's like, I couldn't. My energy was drained. It was weak. And that happened in Marvel Presents number 11. So yeah, she wants nothing to do with Star-Lord, with Starhawk at all. And this leads to the big confrontation over. And of course, then we have apparently their AI. So person talking to him is none other than the Vision. Yes, the Vision pops up in this book for reasons. And then the final issue has to deal with someone called Malevolence, where she is a relative of Mephisto. Yep. And that's kind of what we deal with the last issue here. It's fighting Mephisto. And then Mayfair be restored at the end of the issue. Great issues. I give this book here a 10 out of 10. Yep. There is another book coming for Guardians. Don't worry about that. This next up is book I got from Comic-Con. We have Witchblade, Volume 1. War of the Witches is what it's called, Witch Hunt. This book collects issues 80 to 85 of the series. Now, for some reason, my local library, when they had this book in system, they had like 2 copies of this book. For reasons unexplained, I'm not sure why. Yeah, for some reason, when Top Cow collected this, they decided to do a new printing of this, new trade dress, and started with issue 80 as issue 1. It's like they skip the first 7 issues for some reason, but I do have the first trade to collect those issues, so don't worry about that. So mostly put, here's what happens. So Sarah is in the hospital because she collapsed, probably in the previous set of issues, we haven't viewed yet. And Jake, her former partner, is in the hospital with her, and then, of course, he is with her, and they kind of did some explaining here about the Witchblade in here. We're kind of like, by the way, the book's written by Ron Martz. Yes. Yeah, for some reason, Mark's history, well, I did look it up. Apparently, he never wrote this book. He did create Witchblade, yes, but he didn't write the series. The issues themselves, like Ron Martz doing the writing here. You have Mike Choi doing the artwork, which the artwork's really good. Yeah, it's only a 6-part story, so yeah, so Jake's in the hospital meeting up with, and we have debut of the character Gleason, who becomes, well, Sarah's new partner because Jake has been, he's been a sort of controversial issue, where apparently like he mentioned his sister, her basically Sarah's sister, and Jake used to date, and there's stuff here with old man in here, which is coming to play where apparently the old man does a little backstory about the Witchblade itself, like there's varies in Witchblades, like as a pass for it. And Sarah, I do appreciate around March where basically like there's a preacher in here too. Like nobody's going to be stupid. There's not much NYPD stuff in here. It's like just new monsters for her to fight. And she becomes the Witchblade once again. Really good stuff here. And of course, meeting with Valentino, who actually had her own book. Yes, she actually had her own book, believe it or not. You might think, okay, if this is Witchblade, where is the darkness? He's not here. I ain't mentioned. Yep. Yeah, and then of course, the fighting going on here, all the flashback with the Catholic Church, because somehow basically the Witchblade is connected to the church. It's probably around March retcon with this thing, and Jake gets injured one of the battles, and he admits to her that he's always been in love with her, and just like Sarah tells Lisa to leave, he doesn't leave, doesn't listen to her at all. And that was Jake serving in the hospital, and then it's implied, I think Jake dies, possibly, but he's in a coma. But that's pretty much the book in a nutshell. And also this book, for some reason, I just noticed this when I just look at this. Apparently the book is falling apart. Yeah, I'm not sure why. But that's how I got the book. And this book I got for a special for like $20. But I did enjoy these issues. I give it roughly 9 out of 10. Yep, so that's 30 Witchblade trades I reviewed now. So I got a while to go when it comes to Witchblade. A long while. I'll have to worry about that. So that's pretty much it to review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do the dislike button. Next up is going to be Fairy to One Here's Quest. And then 2 more comic corners. Okay? Thanks, Theo. Bye.